Do you want to know a disease that can affect anyone regardless of age or race, or religion, or anything like that? A disease that makes it so your bones get so weak and so fragile where they can collapse that your legs can collapse just by standing up. Well, if you do, it's a good thing you're here because I'm here to tell you about osteoporosis. And what exactly osteoporosis is and how you can prevent it, treat it, and understand what exactly it is, because there's a lot of misconception about it. Now, I would do this by first telling you what exactly osteoporosis is. Then I would tell you what treatments you can do to help yourself. And lastly, I would tell you what you can do to prevent osteoporosis. Now, to understand osteoporosis, you must understand that we have bone density. This is how strong your bones are and what allows you to take hits and do all the kinds of things of life. And osteoporosis is your bone density decreasing, so increasing your risk of fractures and things like that. So when you're in your early 20s, you're at something called your peak bone density. This means you're at your strongest bone density that you could possibly be. And this is naturally, this thing that happens to everybody. You're at your peak. And when you're at 35 or higher, this bone density starts to decrease on its own. This happens because when you get older, your body starts to become slower and things like that. So the reason you can get osteoporosis is there's many reasons. You can either be gender. There's many causes to it. One of the most important ones is gender related. This is because females, they have something called menopause. This happens at the end of their ovulation cycle. So when they stop having their process. So at the end of this process, they stop making a certain hormone called estrogen. And this hormone is used to increase the bone density. So females are not making that anymore. And this happens around their 40s for females. So if they're not making this, there's a higher chance of getting osteoporosis because their bones are weaker. Now this doesn't happen to males, but the same things can happen where the lower hormones cause higher risk. So besides hormones and gender related issues, there's also your lifestyle choices that can increase your chances of osteoporosis. This is having unhealthy lifestyles that don't include any exercise, don't include any healthy foods with high vitamins, and things of that. Now, to treat osteoporosis, what you usually can do is just exercise and eat healthier. And the exercises you want to be doing are heavy lifting kind of exercises, things that push your bones to their limit, making your bones stronger. So just weightlifting, running, things like that. Even walking has proven to be a huge positive in preventing osteoporosis. And this is all according to the medicalnewstoday.com, where they provide lists and facts and studies about osteoporosis and exactly what works versus what doesn't. Now, I talked about earlier about estrogen in females, and one thing you can do to prevent osteoporosis is just to buy bottles of estrogen itself, because estrogen is just a hormone and you can use it to increase your body density. So you can just buy these bottles online and anything like that of estrogen, and they will help you tremendously. Now, the FDA itself has also recommended increasing your parathyroid hormones. This is another hormone used to increase your bone density. And the way you can increase this is by getting more calcium. So the way you get more calcium is by eating these heavy foods that can increase it. But if you're doing this, you must make sure not to eat too much or to check your levels, because you're at risk of getting hypercalcium. So you have to look out for that. And the way you can look out for that is just by going to your doctor, and they could do tests and things like that. Now, when it comes to recognizing to recognize and prevent osteoporosis, you want to ask yourself certain questions. Are you feeling weaker? Are you weaker? How old are you? What exactly is going on with yourself? And if you're, feeling weaker just by lifting things that you used to be able to do, there's a high chance that you might have osteoporosis, or that this is an early sign for it. So what you want to do if you see these kind of signs is either go to your doctors and they can talk to you, or start doing some of the things such as I said earlier, which is just like working out, eating healthier. And one interesting thing you can do daily, according to Chris, which is a pharmacist who was on the Bob and Brad show, which is a YouTube show that talks about all the kinds of diseases and preventions and things like that. Now what Chris said is you can just get about 20 minutes of sunlight, and that will give you enough vitamins for the day, the vitamins for your bones to take and make them stronger. So just 20 minutes of sunlight a day. That's one huge thing you can do. And as I said earlier, you can work out and eat healthier foods, vitamin foods. So now in conclusion, I have to say, now after you learn what exactly osteoporosis is, how it works, how you can prevent it, do you understand how important it is? How important it is for you to take care of your health? How easy it is that if you're not healthy, you can easily get osteoporosis and make your bones weak. And now that you've understand all this, I want you to start doing some of the things yourself. Just taking care of yourself slowly and surely, and you'll be alright. Be strong.